This episode is different. It's sacred. The Transgender Day of Remembrance is a day to honor and remember the transgender people whose lives were stolen by violence, hatred, and neglect. We wish we didn't need a day like this. We wish the world were already safe and affirming for our trans family and friends. But the reality is, many lives are lost each year, and too often, those lives are ignored, erased, or dismissed. So today, we stop, we pause, we remember, we honor.
Would it be okay if I were to tell you that I am afraid someday? So I call you up and you call me down. Would it be okay?
Well, hello and welcome to the FreedHearts podcast. My name is Robert Cottrell and I'm here as always with
Susan Cottrell.
Welcome, everybody. Today, we do a very special episode on the Transgender Day of Remembrance. It's about holding grief, honoring lives, and building hope. And I just want to thank you so much for joining us today.
This episode is different. It's heavier. It's sacred. Transgender Day of Remembrance happens this week. It's a day to honor and remember the transgender people whose lives were stolen by violence, hatred, and neglect.
We wish we didn't need a day like this. We wish the world were already safe and affirming for our transgender friends and family and siblings. But the reality is too many lives are lost each year. And too often those lives are ignored, erased, or dismissed.
Today on this episode, we stop. We pause, we remember, we honor.
The Transgender Day of Remembrance began in 1999 when a woman named Gwendolyn Ann Smith started a vigil to honor Rita Hester, a Black trans woman who had been brutally murdered. That vigil grew into a global movement.
Every year since, on November 20th, people around the world gather. They read the names of trans people killed that year. They light candles. They mourn together. They remind each other that these lives mattered, that these people mattered. This day has always been important, but the climate we're living in makes it especially urgent. We're watching as laws are passed targeting trans children, banning gender-affirming care, denying access to safe bathrooms, even erasing trans existence from schools.
And when leaders push this rhetoric, it trickles down into families, as we talked about last week, into schools, into neighborhoods. It tells people that trans lives are less valuable, less human, less worthy of protection, and that emboldens violence.
The violence we mourn today doesn't happen in a vacuum. It grows from a culture that teaches fear, disgust, and rejection. And it's our job, our calling, to push back against that. Beloved, before we go further, I want to pause. If you are transgender, listening right now, this is for you. We see your grief. We see your exhaustion. We know this day can feel unbearable.
You don't have to carry this weight alone. We're here with you. There are communities who love you, who want to protect you, who are fighting for you.
And to those who love someone who's transgender, parents, partners, siblings, friends, we see your grief too. The fear you carry, the heartbreak you feel, the love that pulls at your chest every day.
When we talk about violence against trans people, it's tempting for the world to turn it into statistics, numbers, lists. But every single number was a person with laughter, dreams, quirks, a favorite song, a pet they loved, a meal they craved, a future they imagined.
We need to reclaim their humanity. We need to say, these were not faceless victims. These were beloved human beings.
And this is why at events taking place across the country, across the world, they read the names each year to remember that these are not issues, they are lives. They are sacred stories cut short.
Remembrance is not passive. To remember is to resist. It's not enough to light a candle and walk away unchanged.
To honor those who have been taken, we have to fight like hell for those who are still here. That means speaking up against harmful laws, challenging transphobia when we hear it, showing up at school board meetings, supporting trans-led and trans-affirming organizations, and letting trans people lead us in their own liberation.
And for those of us who are parents, allies, or friends, it means making sure the trans people in our lives know without a doubt that they are safe with us, that they are loved unconditionally.
Now let's talk about something tender and real. We've had listeners ask, how do we balance this? How do we balance being bold with staying safe? And that's a great question to ask right now. How do we not get pushed back into silence by fear, but also protect ourselves?
That is such an important question. And the answer isn't one size fits all. For trans people, for LGBTQ people, for allies, boldness looks different depending on where you are, who you're with, or what risks you face.
In a previous episode, we talked about, is it time to leave or stay? And if that's something you're looking at, it's something you might go back and listen to. Because safety matters. You don't have to put yourself in danger to prove you're brave. If it's not safe to be out in every space, that's not shameful, beloved. That's wisdom.
And we can't also let fear push us all the way back into silence. Mm-hmm. If those who hate us want us to be quiet and invisible and erased, then our very existence, our voices, our love is resistance.
Boldness doesn't always look like a protest sign, though. Sometimes boldness is showing up authentically in a small circle of friends. Sometimes it's voting. Sometimes it's correcting a family member at Thanksgiving dinner.
Boldness and safety are not opposites. They walk together. We get to discern how to embody both, moment by moment. Transgender Day of Remembrance is a day of mourning, yes, but it's also a day of vision.
Mm-hmm. Because if we only grieve, we miss the call. We miss the chance to imagine a world where this violence is no more.
I want you to picture it with me, a world where trans kids can go to school without fear, where healthcare affirms and supports, where families rejoice in their children's authenticity instead of rejecting it, where trans elders live long, full lives celebrated for their wisdom.
Mm-hmm. We speak that truth. We speak that into existence and
believe
that.
As you imagine it, as you envision it, it brings it closer to reality.
Yeah. Yes. Beloved, that's the world we're fighting for. That's the world we commit to build in honor of those we lost.
To our transgender siblings, you're not alone. You are sacred. You are beautiful. You are necessary.
To the parents and allies listening, this is the moment to act. Allyship isn't a title. It's a verb. It's something we do.
On this Transgender Day of Remembrance, we light candles of grief, but we also light candles of hope. May we carry that light into every corner of the world.
We love you. We stand with you. Until next time, be gentle with yourself and with each other. Bye.
Bye.
Would it be okay if I were to tell you that I am afraid someday? So I call you up and you call me down. Would it be okay
You've been listening to the FreedHearts podcast. We have extensive resources and vibrant, inclusive community for you at freedhearts.org. Please come say hello. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions for the podcast, just email us at podcast@freedhearts.org. Audio engineering is by Luke Johnson. The music is provided by our child, the Grammy-nominated Saint Sinner. You can find out more about him and his music at saintsinnermusic.com. Please share, subscribe, and follow on your favorite platform and support if you can. And thanks for listening.